Yeah, it's too bad. That one's good. I've had a little bit of it since I've gotten it. Apparently, Elven and Chase don't drink rum. Yeah. Because when they had it, they because that was good. It was a decent way down, and then I went to their house and then I stayed level.
It's a good thing I jogged today.
You can take this one.
I can check with you. Oh, take that one?
Yeah.
There's also cinnamon sticks, so leave some room. Thank you.
Oh, how's it going? Kind of sounds like the Elven City is going to the ground. That's true. Who needs Elven cities anyways?
I heard about that Elven city that burned recently. It was so sad.
It feels bad, you know? Feels real bad now.
Thank you.
We can all savor pizza happiness for just a second.
Who do we owe?
Me.
Okay. How do I find you on Venmo?
What's your phone number? Let me see.
Yeah, you can try my phone number. 209
What was that?
485.
Hold on.
43.
People hit you up.
No, I got the last. I believe the last.
My credit card number is.
My social security.
Yeah.
Alright, how much do we owe you? What was the total?
It was. What we got? It was like.
Like $30 or something.
I just give you like $20.
It was like 40
$10.
tip, but.
20 by 1 to 3 by 6.
Reasonable. It was 43.73 altogether.
Times
750.
14.
Pretty cheap, guys.
That's not too bad. I have gotten those quick things.
I know.
209,485.
What? Are you still muted?
No, here, I'll mute in a sec. Hold on.
69. 209.
No. Man, that's some good pizza.
You know.
Okay, what were we doing, guys? I blacked out.
Right.
Something about
defeating evil.
So we're in the big hall area where
we're in
everyone
the
was
great
getting
hall
medical
chatting with the
attention.
priestess.
I was about to ask, is Mystique Mirage?
Mirage, yeah.
Mirage. I knew it was. I knew it was something mysterious.
Mystique.
Is Mirage here with us?
He's out front, and him and Alana are kind of like.
Laura
are kind of tying up horses, getting their stuff ready to rock and roll.
Okay. I'm gonna tap the nearest injured person that's getting medical attention.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Pay attention!
Oh! What?
Who did this to you all?
Oh, I don't know. I was working, putting down our daily offerings to the gods, and the rock, it grabbed me. I'll tell you, I don't know if it was my god, but I'm in the market for another religion right now, for sure.
I go over and I sit on the edge of his bed, but accidentally sit on his leg. And tell me more!
Oh.
Can I also go and sit next to him and just be like, I have a question for you, sir. Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
Roll,
shelter.
Roll deception.
They're in a kitchen. It works.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
It's not deception.
No,
Normal
deception.
question. 15.
Okay, good. Well, I guess that makes sense. You successfully deceived him. But I can't smell it though.
Alright, I'm happy.
What did you want to know?
It's a quote from The Rock.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's like his tagline.
I see, I see.
What the rock is cooking.
I see.
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Oh. Oh, you didn't know that?
I remember. I mean, it was like years ago with the wrestling stuff. I'm a has-been.
No wonder you were so confused. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that was funny.
Deception.
Come on.
Yeah.
The joke didn't land.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing an instant joke
So
from another
he says,
universe, I'm not going to find out.
yeah.
Yeah.
He says, I remember they were talking about going north after they broke someone, the delegate.
Oh, your bed is so comfy. I lay down next to him.
I'm sorry, she's drunk.
Yeah.
You guys got a good hair.
It's been a long time. You've been in this monastery for a while. So
Do you mind if I take a nap here? Yeah.
So north, you say.
Cuddle up.
What lies north?
Beats me. I was raised 2 towns down from here. And they just put me here to work after. He's like, I'm sure the boss probably knows that there's some sort of site somewhere else.
The high priestess.
Maybe.
Is she still around?
Yeah, but once you guys stopped talking to her, she just went back to work.
Is the Elven City north?
What's on the north? Yeah.
The Elven City's a little bit further west. Something else. Yeah, you don't know what's north yet.
I'm spooning him.
So, from the town,
Thank you, man.
from the
Oh,
town,
I'm sorry.
Pico Rick.
Do you want to be a big spoon?
Oh, hey. Roll persuasion. No, just kidding. Let me see. What was north? Yeah. Actually, sorry. He's like, wait. I think they said south.
Oh, he seems delirious from his
He's been so flustered by finally getting some attention.
is it south or north?
I think it's south.
It's from.
It's south.
Okay. So,
I thought he came from south. Isn't Red Larch that direction?
No, Red Larch is east. No, it's
Hmm.
east.
You sure you don't mean
Let
south?
me look.
We need to ask a different patient. This
Yeah.
is.
it's
This
different
man
the
has
way
had
you
too
look
much
at
of his
it.
medication.
It always changes.
You came from the north, and you went
I picture we
south.
were coming from south in my head.
Yeah. I think you guys started north, went west. Yeah, and then you haven't done. Yeah.
I'd like to explore the area outside of the. Or I guess what's in the area surrounding us right now? Is it all beds with people sick?
Yeah. So there's a lot of sick people. You can see each of them kind of has. There's some of their personal effects sitting around. You can tell towards the back of the room where the healers are. There are different potions, different medicinal herbs, components, and stuff like that. So stuff that they are actively using, kind of drawing on the heal.
I wanna go back and talk to the healers.
Okay. Yes, sir. How are you?
We're doing well. Or my friend Paddington and I were just in the market for any valuable potions or salves you might have that could help us
We're also
brave
his
the
friends.
elements.
We're also his friends.
Right.
Yeah, we're here as well.
Oh yeah, no, they're them too. Paddington and them.
We
Very
don't have
close.
what they
Can
have.
I go
He
over
says
there?
we're a little short up right now, sir, but I suppose we can perhaps support you, but it'll be, we are humble folk, and for this monastery, so we would definitely need some gold if we had to give up any of our healing resources at this time.
How much do you need?
teach you a healing spell?
Do you need a healing after a long rest?
Perhaps, sir, perhaps.
I'm forward
Can I
thinking.
buy
Forward
some
thinking.
potions?
I have a lot of gold, sir. How much do you need?
We can put them asleep and take the
Each one of these minor healing potions would be I suppose about 4 gold pieces.
Do you have anything more unique than just a healing potion?
Roll persuasion. Or, yeah, some sort of...
Excuse me.
Which one is it? I don't know which one. Is that a 6 or a 9?
If you remember the dollar, the line is.
Oh, it's the bottom. Okay. 11.
He says, oh, well, sir, I probably shouldn't really be talking about it. And he looks kind of shy.
Well, we did just rescue Barnabas and a couple of your other friends, and we're a bit worse for wear, and would like to know whatever you could provide that could help us on our further journeys to save more kind folk like yourselves.
Okay, so he looks among you guys and sees, and you can tell his eyes kind of on your each, like he looks at the coin purse that each of you all has strapped to your side, and he says, well, sir, if you really are curious for something unique, a small donation couldn't hurt a fellow alchemist, you understand.
Of course. What would we be donating for?
Oh, for access to my, perhaps higher brow brews.
Can I open my pack? I have alchemist supplies. Can I just show him that I'm a fellow alchemist?
Yeah.
If that will help at all.
Yeah, so he's impressed. And he's like, oh, I didn't realize that it was one of the kind.
It has pretty colours.
Huh?
It has pretty colours.
Roll persuasion.
Because that's true alchemist.
I rolled in that one.
He says, but perhaps a small incentive is in order.
I hand the gentleman 10 gold coins, just to peruse your more valuable stocks.
Okay, so he takes the 10 gold, and he says, well, I'm sure the High Priestess won't mind. And then he takes you all back, and as the doors kind of rotate, you can see one of them just line up, and he jumps through it really quickly as it lines up to another smaller quarters. And along the walls of the round building are just rows and rows of tiny little vials filled with variously colored liquids.
I immediately start trying to figure out if there's an odd number or an even number.
Even or odd. And he says, so sir, for you, for 100 gold, I have a potion of levitation. For 50 gold, I have a potion of insight. And for 10 gold, I have a luck potion.
How does that luck potion work?
Hard to tell, man.
I'll take
Even
the luck
I am
potion.
not certain.
I will take the luck
If
potion.
it works or doesn't work, we won't know. Because it's luck.
Is it good luck or bad luck? That is the question.
I expect it's very good luck, man.
I will take that luck potion.
Alright, so another 10 gold, and he hands you a small golden vial.
Do you have any
Of course it's
potions?
Felix Felicities.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll also take some potions of healing for 3 gold pieces each.
He says, well, for a fellow alchemist perhaps, but I think I have my doubts now.
Can I try to whip together a potion?
Quick,
really fast?
alchemize!
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what that
Just
would
too
be.
impressive.
Really fast. Less than
I
10
do a little,
hours.
cheerleading dance. Woo!
Splash.
Smoke!
Since it's a healing potion, roll medicine.
Okay.
You can do reading questions?
16.
So you whip together a potion. It's a very minor healing potion. So
Let me
you
demonstrate.
made
Let me demonstrate.
a
No,
very
look. I stab myself in the arm, and then I drink it, and then
You get a half
the
an
wound
hour.
passes.
roll performance.
Damn it. Oops, that doesn't count. 19.
So he says, well, for you, ma'am, I'd say 2 gold pieces. And he kind of nods his head. So how many healing? He only has 5. He only has 5.
That's perfect. One each? We want
Perfect.
sure.
Yeah.
I need no healing potions.
That's
I am a
true.
healing potion.
I am a healer.
Oh, the 4 of us in Paddington.
5
Yeah.
minutes.
Was that not?
Does he heal? Does he need
Yeah.
healing?
You can have it.
Okay, so whoever buys 2 gold pieces, and thank the barbarian for her glorious
You're
performance.
You are welcome.
So do we all, should we just all split it up? Each have one?
No, Paddington
Sure.
gets one.
I think that's
I
fine.
want
That's
one.
Paddington.
Does he need one?
Yeah.
Does he heal? Or is the question? We can try.
You should hold on to it in case
Yeah.
he needs it. It would
Yeah,
be better
in
if
case
it was
he
on you.
Yeah. I don't even know if he has pockets. Okay. So he says, "Thank you for doing business." And he kind of leans forward and he says, I heard you talking to our little friend out there, one of our sick, about what's been really going on around here. And, you know, the High Priestess, she doesn't believe in everything that us old timers know, but, you know, there's some old magic in these hills, you know, even if some doubt it. And there's some old magic in other hills, and I think, if you ask me, it's not all nice. I think someone might be trying to wake it up in the, up a little bit further north.
In the hills.
In,
Where we came?
oh sorry, up a little bit down south.
There seems to be something going
I'm
around.
pretty
sir.
sure this
You
stays
all
that
have
place.
remarkably
some
terrible
spice.
sense of direction.
Have you had some
I'm pretty
spicy
sure everyone
Spice
stayed in the
cider,
same
perhaps.
place.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. It's the building rotating all the time. I
That
think
would
it has an
make
effect
sense.
on
I'm
this.
Oh,
telling
that
you,
makes
it's not natural.
No.
It's not natural. I threw up again.
Yes, down south of the Lost Quarries.
So south is the way to go.
That's at least where,
Didn't we go to
if I've heard of anything, that's where I've heard of something.
We
That would
did.
make
Also,
In the
you're
very
surrounded
beginning,
by
the
We went
very
to some
first
forest
thing we ever
beginning.
went to was a quarry.
Yeah.
Is this
But
the
it might
same
not be
quarry?
related. Because
No.
we came from a
Also,
different place.
I think your little elf friend is, might be on the right track going and talking to her master about what's been going on. I think it's way above even our high priestess's knowledge, you understand?
A little elf
Yeah,
friend?
we should go.
What?
The Mirage.
Yeah.
Elf friend.
Mirage.
Elf acquaintance.
Acquaintance.
Stranger. Coworker.
Yeah.
Anybody want these last slices? How many is there?
There's 2.
This guy does. Here.
I would
Yeah,
rather have a
no, I'm
cinnamon
good. I'm
stick.
good. I'm good. I'm
You
good.
want to save them for Cinesticks?
I'll split one with someone.
I'll
Already
just grab
had
a
a
cinnamon
third,
stick.
'cause-
Okay.
I can split it one.
We'll get some more.
Split?
Pass it around. Take some Cinesticks, pass them around. 9 bottles of Cinesticks on the wall.
99 bottles of Cinesticks on the wall. 99 bottles
Oh, this
of
is really
Cinesticks.
real greasy on the bottom, so careful.
Oh wow, we didn't put on.
Take
That's how you know they're good. It has to be coated in grease.
I'll try and just tear it.
Yeah, do whatever.
Not
You
great.
should have asked for.
So it's on you all.
It's going
Sorry. There
terribly.
you go.
Oh, nice.
For your general knowledge of the area, you know that elf kind of enclave where the queen is supposed to be at right now. We'll have a lot of supplies, a lot of gear, a lot of random stuff to find.
Oh my gosh, wow.
But
It's pure
you only
juice.
have a vague understanding. But the furthest south you've gone is Red Larch.
I thought that was north.
That was north.
Yeah, but that's like as far south as you've gotten. As you go to Red Larch and you went
So
further
we're
north,
continuing to go south.
and then you came south. Yeah.
Oh.
You went Red Larch, up, and west.
So we would have to pass Red Lark, basically.
But to the,
Yeah,
to the
Yeah,
west
well,
of it,
you
yeah.
kind of are like parallel to Red Larch right now.
Did you guys want anything?
I do.
Okay.
Maybe one.
I'm just
How
kidding.
many is there?
I'm just kidding. I like that you
Also,
guys
the
believe
healing
that.
potions that we got.
You're like, wait. Yeah.
April, I grabbed one for you already.
Oh, I'm
What do you
okay. I don't
think?
want one.
Look in the hard look in the mirror, Daniel.
I'm like, wait, what?
What type of potion of healing did we get? Greater, superior,
I
or
think
superior?
minor.
You got a minor,
Minor.
which is
Or just potion of healing.
2d4.
Oh, there's the dipping sauce here
Oh,
too.
wonderful.
You don't even see it in here.
You can just write it, or it's just like a healing potion. I don't. It was doing that for me too. It doesn't give out minor potions for some reason.
Yeah.
But you can just write it in with whatever. But it's just 2d4.
Okay.
2d4, just okay.
Yeah, sometimes it'll.
So one
it's
gold
weak
per
sauce.
d4.
Pretty much. Yeah, $1 a d4. It's true, isn't it? Let me see. This is gonna be. What's that?
Frosting.
Oh, so it's pure sugar.
Mm-hmm. Liquid sugar.
Liquid sugar. My favorite kind.
So he told us that the
You just have the sugar ball.
Okay.
No, with the
You can just put it with the thing. Because I'm about to do that with just myself. Pours his mouth, blacks out.
It's okay, guys. I jogged today.
I walked briskly to the Muni station. So
Okay, so it's on you all.
So he said that it would be valuable to just talk to the stone god.
No, to talk to the
Oh,
Elven.
No, to
To talk to
the
The
Elven,
Elven, whatever.
the Elven King people.
Oh, I thought she said her master, talking about the high priestess.
Oh, yeah, I think the high priestess doesn't even know. Yeah, she doesn't even know what she's talking about.
We're
Seemed
going to
like it.
Rivendell.
Oh, that's
Fucking
where my
Rivendell.
family
People,
summers.
You're an elf, right?
Yes.
You all look the same to me.
Or you can go straight north, or you can keep looking
Handsome,
for
I'm sure.
Today.
Strange.
You can also go straight north, or you can find some other.
Let's speak with the elves. They're strange folk.
Okay.
Standing right.
I should like to go home.
Aren't you shunned by the elves?
Only half
I was about to.
Oh,
That's great about
dear.
Adam, dude. You don't have to go there. You always go. Okay. So,
I think we should visit the elves. It would be good to see some of my kind.
you guys arrived just in time as Alana and Alara and
I think you just refer to them.
Both of them.
Yeah.
yeah, Alara, yeah, both Alana and Alara.
They're actually two different people. This
Yeah,
is
they're just twins. But you all cast them as they are mounting up for their journey. You join them, and it's about a day's journey through further west. So you're kind of going further and further away from kind of the base of operations, further and further west. And as you travel throughout the day, you see this massive city start to rise in front of you. And those who have elf heredity, no, this is kind of like a podunk town. But the orcs and anybody else is like, this is the most beautiful thing they've ever seen.
Whoa.
And they're
I'm in awe.
mind blown. So it's a lot of like very, very pale white marble, tall spires, Gothic arches. Even the gate is kind of this filigreed stone and marble that's just been ornately carved. And you can definitely sense that there's a lot of magic here in the city. And Alana brings you all up forward. And you immediately pass kind of through a town center. And actually, once you get inside, it's sort of like one of those things you're like, it's sort of like Disneyland. It's like, actually, there's not as many streets and stuff to do as I thought. But you kind of get inside, and there's, you can see a number of armory stores. You can see a number of merchants. Some other kind of and most of like the artisans seem to be around magic. So there's a lot of magic crafting, and people are out in the streets building things using magic as it's almost its construction. But you follow Alana as she goes on as she goes on a beeline toward the center of town, where there is a large castle, but just to the side of it, there's almost a war tent set up outside. Like there's a large castle with a big entryway, like with lots of grass and flowers. But in that is like a war tent where it's big. It's almost as like big as kind of this room, where there's a few elven leaders like bending over maps and talking in very, very hushed tones. As you go in, Mirage kind of bows to the queen, and they start speaking in very, very low. And this queen is a very regal, stiff. It looks like she kind of has like literally duct taped like a piece of wood to her back. Very like kind of can't bend over to like actually talk to somebody. So she's standing upright as Mirage is kind of relating things in a very like hushed tone, and you can sense that immediately her eyes start like kind of whipping around the room to like some of the other leaders that are behind her, and then you can see a dwarf leader, like kind of like big beard, a lot of armor, a human, and then another elf.
Where's the orc representation?
Uh-huh. No orcs represented in these delegates.
You think that brings a story in a volcano somewhere?
Yeah. So Mirage is whispering to her in very, very low tones and very urgently. You guys can give me a perception check to see if you can catch it.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what that is.
Yeah.
17.
Can I have a dice?
Also 17.
Okay.
24.
What do you need? A D20?
24?
Here.
Nice.
Sorry, I gotta eat this center stick first.
Seven.
7? So you're like, it's pretty in here.
Good lad.
So, you actually the only one that hears anything.
What'd you roll?
24.
But
Those elf ears.
yeah.
I actually hear the month back at the.
Oh, please.
Barnabas is grumbling about you taking his stuff.
He likes it.
Yeah.
First time that's happened in a year for me.
You can hear him say, "There's no other way. There's no other way. It must have been one of the leaders, one of us here." And she says, "I don't have betrayers in my ranks." And he says, "I swear it. The information that they had, the way they knew to unpack the amulets, one of our leadership." And again, she looks around at kind of the three other folks in the room. And she says, "Then, well, we'll have to find out who it is, and quickly, because we're trying to make a counterattack, and if our moves are known, we're already lost."
I interject.
No.
Excuse me, my queen.
She says, "Yes."
Long time no
Oh.
see. We met years ago at a party. You may know my father, Mitochondrius.
Yeah. Your parents very nice.
We have aided these delegates, which I presume were sent from you kind folk, and helped them in their journeys and rescued 2 of them.
That's a fun time.
I see.
Talk with another help. You kind.
We'd like to offer our services. Of course, if there's some way for you to continue to incentivize our journey forward.
I know your family, good people. Your company is interesting, but
We can keep the orc in the stables if you would prefer.
I heard
Myself
that.
with a great axe.
Hey, I'm not happy about that.
Are you half orc as well?
Yeah.
she looks
You're both half orc. Oh. We can keep half of them in the stables.
Perhaps.
That's fine.
Perhaps
And I
something
do the
necessary.
horses.
She says, "I know your father. I trusted your father. Come with me for a moment." And she kind of takes you outside, and you all can't hear anything. And she says, I've just received some disturbing news. Our plans are becoming known to someone who is working against the alliance of the free countries out here. I believe it is one of our dearest old enemies out from the very, very far west. But they have acquired quite a powerful magical object, or at least a decent chunk of it. And I think we have been betrayed from internally. My own staff is turning against me. And I don't know who.
This up. Wait, it's just you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need you, if you wish, while you're here, find out the traitor.
Now, my queen, of course, you know I would do anything free of charge.
Yes.
But the party I travel with, unfortunately, they are not so selfless. If there's something you could offer that would aid me and my companions in helping you here, it would go a long way toward easing your ailments.
Your parents, they trained you as a wizard.
They did.
And she kind of draws out a silvery orb that is swirling with what you can sense is very, very strong magical power. And she says, you, I'm sure, are wealthy enough to figure out the incentives your friends will need, but this is yours if you help me.
I will
Maybe I
find
will serve a sufficient payment.
I will find a way to get them on board, my queen.
I expect no less.
Who do you suspect the most of the group that sat beside you inside there?
The first delegate to be captured was a human. And she kind of like looks over at Alara.
I believe her name is Alana. My liege.
It's a lot.
Alana. She's been really back and forth.
She says the first delegate was a human, from what I understood. The others were fought a little bit more before they were taken in. I wonder if your traveling companion and her master, who she's reporting to, may have something to say. And you see Alara, who's back in the tent, talking again with the human that seems to be kind of like her boss. And he's a little bit more stoic, kind of armored up, you know, like almost just as stocky as a dwarf. But yeah, you can do insight checks to see what you think about all these people.
I want to see if I can overhear their conversation from where I'm
The
sitting.
outside one? The one that
Can I use
No,
Alara's?
Lara's inside the
No, that'll
throne
be
room
perception.
place, right?
I have a spell that makes us people can't lie.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do we wrap up that conversation and re-enter the
Yeah,
room?
and she says yes. If you accept
Can I use some
I accept.
Oh, so much earwax in here.
I got
I have one I have one final question.
Yes.
Would it not be of interest to both of us for me to receive this item so that it can aid us on our journey?
It will absolutely be in both of our interests. But it is also protecting our city currently. So giving it to you is a risk, but one that if you prove worthy here, I will be willing to take.
Understood.
And she looks over at the cleric and she says, you, cleric.
Huh?
I've enlisted your half-elf, are you not?
One half.
Top or bottom?
Which one is fair?
The left half.
She says, I have someone that may be able to assist you in your abilities. I've spoken with your companion, a good man and
Okay.
discreet. Discuss with him and I may find a particular reward for you as well. So you can definitely see that she's definitely elf playing favorites. She's only playing the elves.
Thanks, though.
I want to walk up to Lara and her human
Yeah.
master and try and join the conversation.
Can I use the amulet to listen to conversation?
Awkwardly.
Huh?
I asked my amulet.
This weather that we're
Listen to
having.
conversation.
If you want to listen to the
So
conversation.
Yeah, I asked my amulet if
Son.
they can
Yeah.
do that.
Sir, with
Sure.
the appropriate fuel, we could listen to any conversation you like, sir. And you see the high elf like start looking around.
Whiskey, what is it?
Like the lady starts like whipping her head around like.
Hey, would you rather have whiskey or?
I'd rather whiskey.
Yeah, we have whiskey, beer, rum, gin,
My.
more whiskey.
My.
Yeah, so help yourself. There's glasses.
So yeah,
Yeah, but you
I'm
can see she starts looking around. She starts talking to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I march up and start. Yes, so much weather that we're having lately. It's great.
Yeah,
and
they
join the
immediately, as you walk up, they... Actually, what do you... let me see what you could do. You could probably do persuasion to see if they would allow you into their conversation.
Persuasion? Good.
Yeah.
I think so. Jack, where's your bottle again?
It's on the pass-through.
No, that's not great. That's 6.
On the pass-through right there.
Got it.
Okay, got it.
Pardon me?
6.
So, they say, how did you know Laura again?
We go way back to when we rescued her.
I see.
About to.
She tells me, Marcus showed you guys where she was, is that right?
That's right, sir.
Understood. And he just, like, kind of shoulders out and starts talking to Laura.
Here.
Oh yeah,
So-
if you want whiskey, I can.
I can go get it.
There's many options. Let's hold it. What are your thoughts?
Leave.
Are your dishes clean, Jeff?
Yeah, everything in the dishwasher is clean.
Can you bring me a beer, please?
A beer?
Yeah.
What kind?
That's the spirit. Alright. So, the dwarf, you guys can see, is on his own. No one's really connecting with him. He is going through the map and doing a bunch of just battle plans, marking things up. And him and the other, and the high elf, they seem to be kind of like giving each other kind of dark looks, and arguing a little bit as they are.
Are they all still on edge with me
No,
talking
she
to
just
the-
like looked around really quickly and
Oh.
once the amulet fell silent again, she didn't seem to notice any longer.
What happened with the amulet?
I tried to talk to them,
Oh, you
and
did?
then the elf was on edge. So I think whenever they do something, the magical people will do. I say that to you.
Since they won't talk to me, I want to go outside and go investigate that tent where all the people were battle planning.
Yeah. I'm going outside a little bit further. I'm going to try to find people alone and steal a little bit of their
Yeah.
essence.
Still a little bit of their witch?
Their life force.
Oh, okay.
But in a like I'm pushing them there, saying, "Oh, you're a poor guy. You must feel so tired of being outside," and touching on the back
Okay.
and stealing a little bit and see what it does, and do that for like until they get out of the tent.
Okay, so you're still in the tent looking, talking to the people on the battle map.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I just
This-
left the.
Is the
Kind of
tent
like the little place where
is the
Yeah.
tent where all the leaders are?
That's right. And
No,
they're
No,
kind
no, no.
of
There's
over-
all the I thought all the leaders were in like a big room thing.
I think that was like the tent. So like this tent that's like a big room.
Oh,
And then
okay.
she just took him out of the tent, but there's still everybody is in there, kind of like milling around.
Okay, but
So-
there are some other people that you said were like looking at.
Yeah,
maps
so
and
it's the
stuff.
dwarf and the other kind of high elf, and they are arguing over troop positions. And the dwarf or the high elf says, "You're leaving our people exposed to protect yours." And the dwarf is like, I don't even know what your problem is. The lines make sense. It's a fair balance of our troops." And they're just having at it. And you don't even have to do a roll to hear what they're saying. They're just bitching about how many troops are going which way.
I'll go with you.
Yeah. And so they're still going at it, and then, the dwarf says, "You know what? Fine. Take it. Our people can defend themselves." And he turns and just stomps off and goes outside and gets some
What
air.
we're trying to do
I-
here is we're trying to find the traitor.
Mhm.
What's going on? Okay.
I go up to the elf and say, the dwarfs never did know how to fight above ground anyway.
Huh?
The dwarfs never did know how to fight above ground anyway.
I know. What brings you here, friends?
We rescued one of your leadership.
Ah, wonderful. I'm deeply thankful. I hear that things are a little bit more restless here at headquarters as of late. It's been difficult traveling and trying to chase down these foolish delegates.
Why did they leave?
It was all part of a bit of a peace treaty, putting an old feud to rest.
I can see there's still some disagreements among the people.
Aren't there always?
While he's doing that, I went off after the dwarf
Yeah.
and I touched him on
Yeah.
the shoulder.
Yeah,
Excuse me,
yeah.
sir.
What's that?
What's that about? They're just so highfalutin elves. You know, they don't know what they're talking about.
That's the truth. All about themselves they are. Well, seems that we're the ones that pay the price.
Amen, brother.
Yes. Are you dwarf?
No.
I understand. But you like digging and stuff, right?
Yes.
Roll
We
persuasion.
ugly folk.
Yes.
Yes.
Persuasion or deception? Persuasion or deception,
How
but
can you
based on
say
whether you like
yes and
digging
not
or not.
be like,
Yes. Because I'm drunk.
Digging for booze.
Persuasion or deception?
Yeah, whichever you
They're
prefer.
both plus one for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
16?
He says, well, that's good.
We ugly folk gotta
sick.
stick together.
Ain't that the truth? Listen here. I think one of them elves, I think they're going to turn on us. I think they've been working. I've been trying to protect more people. We did this whole peace treaty. We took a bloody risk on them. And look at where we are.
Do you have a delegate also that has gone missing?
Yeah. Oh, dear friend, one of my good buddies. He's a fire mage. One of the best.
What's his name?
His name?
Oh.
I'll give you a minute.
Yes.
To do some digging.
His name is Bastion.
Bastion. Sounds like a good lad.
He's the best, kind fellow.
What happened to him?
Is he on the fast?
Well, he was on that trip, and one of those. And he looks around and says, "I don't know if I should really be saying this."
Would you, how far away are you? You haven't
I'm, like,
found
completely
the
zoned
fire
out.
whiskey stash.
Yeah. I'm like looking at my spiced fire water, considering whether I should like have some, because I just don't like elves. I'm like, I need to be like completely wasted.
Yeah.
blasted right there.
Like except him, he's tolerable.
My friend-
And this
my
guy,
friend's
he's
got a
barely
stash.
He's barely an elf.
Yeah.
That's only the lower half, so I
Yeah.
don't see it. You know, so.
My friend's got a spot of tasty beverage. If it would help loosen your tongue.
I suppose having a drink might help a little bit. And do you call your friend over?
Dealer.
Okay.
Call me over.
So then,
Yeah. Oh, you're
so then,
right.
both of you give me a
Yeah.
persuasion roll.
How's an 8 work for you?
It's gonna be like an advantage because you guys are using the tool. So.
That is a 10.
All right. So. Around the fence. Luckily. All right. Well, he rolled kind of bad, so you're lucky.
Woohoo!
So yeah, he did not insight check you very well. So he says, "Well, you ask me. Those damn elves sold us out. All the delegates, the humans, us, all of us. They started this peace treaty. We opened up our borders. We took a big gamble, and lo and behold, now that we're vulnerable, everything goes to shit, and they lost part of this gosh damn amulet. I don't even know the half of it.
Part of it?
Yeah, that's what the delegates were supposed to do, is put the amulet to rest. Where is it now?
So
God,
your friend
that's
Bastion had part of the
homeless like
amulet.
horse.
That's a great question.
As far as I know, he still has it. I dare say it's tough to get those things off him.
Well, I hope he's doing well wherever he is.
Yeah.
I'm done talking with the queen.
Yeah.
I message with I send one message that just says the word test to Pico Rikel.
You hear a squeal of feedback.
Alright.
Just kidding.
I had a strong feeling that would happen.
No.
Does that happen?
No, you just hear the word test in your head.
Nothing bad happens. I look for any reaction
Sure,
to any of the
it's
magical
his
folks.
voice.
Nobody
Nobody
knows.
I'm pretty sure you heard his voice, so you know it's him.
I send a message to all of them saying
Yeah.
we should meet up and discuss for a moment when we have a chance.
Okay.
Test.
So you think it's a message from your god?
I follow up and say that was just a test. Everybody should meet up together.
This is a trial from my god. He's testing me.
His words have changed me.
Yeah. These words have
Feel right.
changed. Okay, so you all hear a message and say, "Hey, we should reconvene." You can recognize that it's Hypochondrius' voice.
Not
Not
I wanna
my
finish
that's his
talking
dad.
to the dark elf.
Okay, you finish. So the dark elf is still has his arms folded. He's just kind of looking at the map and just he's kind of giving it the word "we're screwed" look. It's
Yeah.
just like, ugh.
So this peace treaty mission, did you even think it was wise?
Well, I suppose these elves, or these dwarves and these humans, their help is moderately useful. We've been in a difficult position of late. Some of our forces have been having a bit of internal trouble. Some...
Between the races?
Yes, it turns out that some of those who breed with other cultures, it kind of gives you like the, like you're like one of the mutts look, a bit frowned upon, and other types, something in your throat, ma'am.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, okay.
IRL.
Yeah. I thought you were like clearing your throats actually.
No, yeah, I was, yeah.
Okay. So do you want to butt in, or you actually clearing your throat?
I'm half orc.
Yes, well, orcs tend to breed with anything that, some things that don't walk on two legs.
I'd be surprised if one ever bred with you.
Indeed, my dearest mother, Valerian, and he has like a little monogram picture. You can tell it's like the mama's boy. It's got little like roses on it, and it's like this mom like just looking totally catty. It's like the cattiest mom you've ever seen in the history of the world.
You're like, oh, she's far less attractive than most orcs I know.
How dare you? Yeah. So
Holy
he is
shit.
going to. He is going to miss. He's going to make an attack roll as a sleight of hand, like a slap attack. But he only rolled a 3, so he's going to miss, and he's just going to. Yeah.
You're really cute. Continue.
It's like, sir, do you think this fellowship should end?
Which fellowship? The dwarves and the
Alliance?
humans?
Given your disgust for it, it's a
I have no problem with half-breeds. My mama raised me correctly. But other types, and he looks at the main lady, have taken a bit less of a favoring to it.
What are their names, by the way? What are their names?
So this guy, the dude that you all are talking to right now is Iluvatar.
Louis Vuitton, okay.
Louis Vuitton. The dwarf is Athos, which I guess you would have gotten their name.
The queen is Alarna.
Yeah, Alarna. Yeah, which name are we gonna recycle?
Those are actually in the book, though, aren't they?
Yeah, I just wrote them here just so I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah, yeah.
So
I
the
wouldn't have
main
to flip
lady
through pages.
is that the elf that you were talking to
Mhm.
earlier? Okay.
Queen of elves.
Queen of the elves, yes.
Of all the elves, or just the...
That's a question I do have.
And the human, I don't know if you got the human's name. Yeah.
No one
is
is. Oh wait, no. I tried to talk to the humans.
Yeah, they kind of rebuffed
so
you. And I was
so
like,
this is the queen of all elves.
Sorry?
yeah, she's the queen of kind of the elf
Yeah.
country, because
I don't think
there are
there's
different
alpha
races in
elf
different kind of
one.
countries
Yeah.
across the world, but this particular
Yeah.
country, she's the
Yeah.
boss.
That would be funny.
And
Who is the high elf in charge of?
Maybe I am.
the high elf He's like kind of the city man. Like he's like would be like the mayor.
I look like
Of this particular city.
He's the mayor of the city, and she like it's kind of like it's not normal that she would be here. So it's sort of like the boss came into town to like fix some shit that like isn't.
So he's small change.
Yeah, he's a
compared to
little
the
bit more
rest of the
small
people
change.
here.
He's been in the know on everything, and he's like been part of this planning process. But he is kind of it's like the president came in for like the governor of California or something like that.
What's his name?
His name is Iluvatar, the guy.
Oh, yeah,
The main lady is Salam.
Louis Vuitton.
Salami and
Salami.
Louis Vuitton.
Salami and Louis Vuitton.
Salami and Louis Vuitton.
Good. You're good with names.
Do we?
That's how I got through pharmacy school. I come up with things I can remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still talking to Louis Vuitton, or do we want to meet up? And
Yeah, let's meet up.
Why
Let's
do
meet
you
up.
do
Yeah.
that? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
so
Did
how
you manage
much-
to sap any life from anything?
Yeah, questions.
Oh yeah, salami maybe.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
haven't done your
D20.
life step yet. Let's
I
do
did
that.
D20.
Yeah, I will need that, I think.
So yeah, you're gonna definitely need that. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to drain life from people and not expect to roll for it.
They're just gonna give it to me from the kindness of their heart.
I can even give like a little bit of bread with spice in it. People would be happy, especially people on the streets, like homeless or
Yeah. So do you go up to
kids. You know.
So you walk. So do you stay in the garden complex or do you walk outside? Because
I
it's
know.
sort of
I
like a
always.
square garden.
I know they
It's
own
in the middle, and then outside is like a main street, and then inside is sort of like the Versailles Castle complex
Oh
type
no,
thing.
I won't stay at Versailles too.
So
No,
you
no, I
walk to
will.
the-
I
you go out to the street.
Yeah, I'm going into the studio.
Okay, so you walk out into the street. There's not too many, and this is a very clean city. So there's not too many people who are looking there, but you can see people. Give me a perception check.
It's 10, and I'm for sure I might have like 2 or something.
Okay.
Maybe if I start this way. Oh, where is it?
Skills?
Oh.
Oh.
Skills that pay the bills.
Yeah.
So like,
Dum dum dum.
yeah.
So I'm assuming the rest of you all are starting to meet up. So you're gonna meet.
4, so
oh, yeah.
14.
Okay, so 14. So you don't see anybody that looks like someone, anybody that someone would not miss. But there are a few drunks kind of hanging around what looks like an inn.
Yeah.
And they're kind of leaning up against the front door, and they're kind of like wandering. A few of them are wandering around and like peeing in the corner and stuff like. So there's like, but these aren't elves. Like these are humans and dwarfs and stuff that are staying here, and they're definitely like disrespecting the city because they don't like.
Oh yeah, I'll go to
Did you say
them
they're
and say,
peeing in the
"Hey
corner?
guys,
They're like peeing
where
on the
do you
street,
sit?"
like they're fine, like
Oh, okay.
Death penalty for being in the street.
Yeah, I mean, it could
They cut everything.
be. But they are definitely like trying to snub their nose at these guys.
Okay, so I'm just like
Yeah.
faking drawings, like, hey guy, I don't know where's the best.
So then you try to like steal his life as you do that.
Yes.
Okay. So roll me a. Let's see what that would be.
That went under the couch.
That's fun.
Stealing life
Weekend has like 30
skill.
die down.
That would be,
Oh
my God.
that would
That's
be
been a long
Arcana,
time.
I think.
Arcana?
Yeah,
Like
Arcana.
0 on Arcana. 18.
Alright, so the guy.
What do you want?
Oh yeah, she wants. She wants the vape, guaranteed every time.
Got it.
But okay, so you successfully you see the guy like lean forward, and he's like, "I must be drunker than I
Oh,
thought."
bro, you're too drunk.
Yeah,
So I just carry him.
and
so
you
I can,
see like as you put him on the ground, like you see kind of like the lines on his forehead just grow deeper, and like the
He's
crow's feet
older?
on his eyes just start to deepen.
He's older.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's
Neat.
And then
You
Are
a
elf
voice-
turn-ups?
Uh-huh.
How long did
These
elf-
aren't elf.
Yeah, no, but I'm asking myself.
Elves are, I think, in this world, they don't die unless you kill them. I think it's the same as how Tolkien does it, pretty much.
Wait, so
then,
you succeeded in stealing some life from him.
Yeah, I guess life is like
Mhm.
time to
Age.
age. Yeah.
So you hear a voice in your head that says, "Ah, thank you, Master. We are very very much appreciate the donation. What shall we do?
Another one?
We can store your.
Yeah.
We can store some of this energy for a future date, of course. But if you care to draw from another, this is not much, but it does quench our thirst somewhat, sir.
So I'll just try to do another one, I guess, and this will take also. So.
Okay, so you go up to one of the other drunks.
Yes.
Roll me a Arcana check.
18.
All right. This drunk, he like pukes just right on the street. And again, you kind of see the lines on his face tighten. His like back kind of stoops a little bit, and yeah.
That's it. 20 more and I become evil.
You don't. He's just
pretty
kind of
far from
disappeared.
us,
Yeah,
right?
he's disappeared and he's outside.
No, I told you that I was like, elf was on the edge because I talked to the amulets and I was leaving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think you're aware that he's off like stealing life right now. So again, this guy like just is like, oh, I need to sit down and just kind of like
sit down against the wall.
Yeah, and
then I'm going back to the.
so you go back and you hear the ambulance saying, he's sure it's kind of like satisfied hum, like it's like this very happy noise.
How often did your previous owner just you?
The delegates, of course, were
I was thinking about the.
reserved. Our old master didn't use us since the shattering, sir.
The shattering?
Okay, what's the shattering?
Roll me, roll me deception, or no, not deception. Roll me, sorry, I meant persuasion.
I have to persuade them to tell me.
Yeah, this is information that they know is like.
Persuasion 15.
He says there are certain things that can harm us, sir, the heralds, and we prefer not to speak of them.
The heralds. Who are they? What are the
You are
delegates?
speaking to us, sir. We are the heralds, sir.
Oh.
Certain things that can harm the heralds. But none of us, you're the only one who knows.
I will tell you as when we meet.
Finally.
Alright.
So transparency in this.
Test!
Test.
So we gather up outside of earshot of everybody.
Inside kind of the Versailles complex.
And I'd like to use, just for, a little bit of, there's a lot of magical folk around here. I'm going to just use, before we start talking, a little bit of, where is it? Prestidigitation to create a little bit of sound cover around us.
Okay.
For like some magical notes that are going off for a little sound cover.
Yeah. Okay.
So it is Toto by Africa.
Africa by Toto, sorry, yeah.
Africa by Toto.
I was gonna say it was one of those noisemakers that you always hear in ladies' houses, the ocean.
This fears people hear it and then my
Um,
ears.
So I spoke with the queen, and she says that one of the other leaders is under suspicion of betraying the entire group of delegates and the other leaders, and she's not sure which.
Talked about the amulets.
The Dark Elf indicated that the Queen was in favor of all of the alliances ending.
Who stands to gain the most? This is already the queen of the elves, who has a lot of land and territory and money. But there's a small town mayor, this other elf, who stands to gain a lot. Did anyone learn anything from the dwarves or the human that would indicate what they stand to gain from the alliance
Well, the
falling apart?
dwarves still have a missing delegate. The elves have already recovered their delegate.
One of their delegates.
Do they have multiple?
Yes, so the queen, each leader sent a delegate. The queen sent her delegate, who we brought back.
Mirage.
Mystique.
Mystique.
But Louis Vuitton has not yet received his delegate back. He is the mayor of this small town.
Wait, the mayor got to send a delegate as well?
Yes, he helped coordinate this effort.
So there are 2 elf delegates, plus a dwarf delegate,
And a human
Human.
delegate.
and a human delegate.
And Lara.
Alara is the human delegate.
So there's
Just
1
human,
elf
okay.
delegate and 1 dwarf delegate missing.
Yes. So who stands to gain the most from this alliance falling apart? Did anyone talk to the human?
No one will
I
talk to me
tried,
here.
but they wouldn't talk to me.
No one talks to me.
It's too snooty.
People just give me a wide berth.
People
They
in
asked
this
me if I
town.
wasn't in the stable.
Well, you 2 are elves. You know that this is like not. This is like a podunk town,
Is it
right?
possible
It's like it's
for
not
me-
actually that nice.
Hey,
That's why-
Dan, is it possible for me to be half orc, half elf?
Did we ever determine?
I don't know what your other. I
Sometimes
think it's
it's far
usually
out.
human because at least from what I don't really know, but from what I've been aware, it's like that's
I was
kind of
just
where.
curious if that was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, we could retcon it, but
I don't know. It's so
my
bad.
guess is like it
It'd be funny.
usually is half orc, half human because I think for some reason like that's like where the
He's looking at the
consciousness
photo.
comes from.
That's my mother too.
Mama.
Yo, what?
Yeah, if
My
you do that,
brother.
if it's the same mother, I'll allow it if you
Mama's
have the
brother.
same mother as
Louis
Vuitton.
as Louis Vuitton.
Deal.
If you have the same mother as Louis Vuitton, you got it.
Deal.
Yes.
So I think of all the people that we can seemingly break, I think we could break Louis Vuitton the
I have a
easiest.
great axe. Would you want me to break him in half?
I was thinking that if he feels like he's under suspicion, he may give up more information to aid us about the information on the dwarves or the humans.
Then we may break him in
Oh,
half.
perfect. Wonderful.
And
I'm
then
also just
then we
looking at
physically
that
break
line.
him in.
Great. Wonderful.
And then
Just
we
let
can
me know
steal
when.
some lay force.
Then we may still.
From him.
Just let me know when the breaking shall
do we
occur.
want to start by messing with him and trying to get more information out of him?
That sounds great. I'll let you do the talking. This is
Fantastic.
not my
And-
strong point.
And I explained to you.
I use message to
Wait.
yeah.
I explained to you the thing
Oh,
I've
that's
been
right,
doing
that's
with amulets. So it seems the life force is more like time and something gonna break it, but I don't know
What
why.
about the sheep?
The sheep?
The sheep that died. That we saw mysteriously die.
What?
We
When
killed it. We
Twitch
killed a
switched-
I don't
sheep
think
for
he was
them.
here.
I don't think he was
Right.
Oh no, I wasn't
The
there.
amulet.
I guess the amulet can steal life force from afar, but it's less effective.
I guess we didn't necessarily need to kill the sheep.
Wow.
Or
It's
maybe
not
maybe a
sheep.
sheep life. Maybe a human, like, you know,
I guess humans are better.
yeah, better, more
If we can
efficient
find like bigger
source.
monsters, I'm
Sheep
not
lives
sure.
in
Okay.
heaven.
Sheep life better.
Better, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're sending a message.
So first I send a message to PKO Raquel that just says test again.
Test.
Test. And
Oh,
then
stop.
I send a message to
We have an unlimited message.
I send a
Yeah.
message
Solid
to
test.
Louis Vuitton to meet me
Yeah.
around the corner of the tent.
Yeah.
in
So
a minute.
you hear like it's almost like you kind of hear some interference, like he's almost talking to somebody else in another message, and you kind of see him walk on the car and be like, "I know, Mom. I will definitely take care of it when I get home." Just like turns off the message and walks up to you guys and says, "Yes. You found anything?"
Yes, we've been doing some digging, and first of all, let me say I've heard tell of your mother, and she sounds like a lovely lady.
Can we see
Only
the
had-
picture again?
I don't like showing my mom's picture off all the time. Persuasion.
No.
That doesn't count. Still,
Wait a second.
it's still a 4 that came
I guess
out.
It's
persuasion
fell.
with advantage.
The first one was
Okay.
better, actually.
Yeah, the first one was better. It's an 8.
8. Okay. He says.
Oh no, sorry, it's a 4. Just kidding. That's my perception.
He
Not
says-
persuasion.
I don't usually share too much with known family.
I got this sense the first time you showed the picture that there was something familiar, like a sense of home. Would you please?
Where
I
does he
haven't been
keep the
home
picture?
in a long time.
He keeps it in his like pants pocket.
I'm just gonna try and grab it out of his
Alright,
pocket.
slide a hand check.
He doesn't make the
Or, that
vision
would be,
if
I guess that would be acrobatics. No, it would be stealth. Or yeah, sleight of hand.
Athletics?
There's a
Sleight
slide
of
of
hand?
hand.
Sleight of hand? I'm
Sleight
not
of
trying to
hand.
steal it. I just want to like try
Yeah,
to
but
grab it.
it's like a quick
Okay.
grab.
Okay.
Slide of hand.
Oh, that's not good. It's a 7.
So you grab for his pocket, but he's so surprised, and he's like, "Excuse me," and then the picture falls and lands on the ground, and you see the glass crack, and he says, "How dare you!" And he grabs the picture up, and he like gently just takes each little piece of glass, and you can
Can
see
I
that
see the
there's
picture?
give me a perception.
20.
It's your mom.
It's your mom.
Sure. Because they kind of look the same almost. Because all those elves, you know.
How do you have a picture of my mother?
He says, "This is my mother." He does not believe you.
That's my mother.
You should say her name.
She's not an elf. She's a slightly disfigured orc.
He like looks at it, and he's like,
Or a slightly
pretty
disfigured
sure
human.
it's an elf."
No, but like me as
You don't
somebody who grew up, I thought she was human.
Gotcha.
Sorry, slightly disfigured human.
So he says, "I'm pretty sure Mama's an elf," and he like just takes the glass out and just presses the picture.
Does your mama like
Did she
big
sing
orcs?
the special Night Night Butterfly song to you too?
He like butterfly. A little tear like drips down his cheek, and he says, "So now give me a persuasion roll. How do you know that?
Sing the song. Sing the song.
It's
You
a
have to
song.
sing the song.
How do you know that?"
Night Night Butterfly. Go to Betty, Betty, bye.
Mm. Mm.
Rocking
Alright.
with this lullaby.
Yeah. Okay,
And I
so
rolled a,
he's
a
in
16.
tears. He's in tears. He's in tears. He gives you.
He's the jazziest lullaby I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Get a little snapping going there while I'm falling asleep.
So he's in tears. He says, "Mom never said. I don't know. How do you know about Mom?"
I just
You know?
hold my arms out and I say, "Come here, brother."
And he kind of like stops and then he's
You can stab him like that way.
like, and he like hesitates for a second, like he's struggling to believe, but then he gives you a big hug and he's crying and it's very emotional.
I throw up.
Confirmed.
Speaking of emotional
Yeah.
reunions, which touching, by
Yeah,
the way.
touching.
That was
Alright,
oh
we
man.
move on.
I wish my mother sang me that song. That
He
made me
dabs
cry.
his eyes.
We would love to reunite you with your delegate, just as you two have been reunited. Is there anything you can do to help us now that you have a personal interest in your
Yes.
sister making it through this endeavor?
He says, I just don't know. I think these stupid humans have just made this whole process so much harder. And the dwarves, and the dwarves have been so mean. And they keep on blaming me for everything. And he's just like getting really just like once he kind of cracks, he cracks hard.
I take hypochondria's staff and like tap, they're there. From like 10 feet away with the staff.
Oh, you're right. You feel.
After enough
Actually, you
comforting, I
feel
rip
so
it back out.
tired, so old.
Okay, so you're gonna roll. That'll be persuasion.
Who?
Who?
There. He killed.
What? Just to comfort him?
That's true.
Oh my goodness.
With the stuff, you just lose it.
Persuasion. 13.
So he's like, thank you. And he just gives you like the heartfelt. You guys are so nice.
Oh, by the way.
Is there any information you can provide us about something suspicious that you may have seen?
He didn't sing the song with you.
I don't know, but I've been seeing the freaking humans going to one of the trashier bars on 4th Street, and I They've never come
When
to
did you
dinners
get
with us.
develop a list?
Yeah, I don't know. He just became more just ridiculous.
When
Like,
This started
he's
to be-
crying,
this
the
he
started
list
to,
comes
like-
out.
just lets it come out. He lets it out at this point. So so they always go to this bar on 4th Street, and I don't like. They won't even talk to us about what they've been discussing, and I don't know. And the dwarves, I don't even know where they are. They don't even stay in our lodgings. We tried it. We gave them the nicest rooms in the whole palace. I got them all ready, and they totally ignored me. I don't even know where they're staying. They just disappear at night.
Well, thank you.
Yes, it was so good to,
Do you have something like a leak
Thanks.
or?
so good to.
Yeah.
to
He gives you a
I
big
don't-
hug, and
It's
he's
a
like,
second level spell.
"We should say
Ah,
goodbye to mom."
you don't have too
sometimes."
I will use this all the time. Feels right.
I mean, yes.
Are you serious?
I messaged-
Okay,
I
okay.
messaged-
Did you say that?
No.
Okay.
I messaged the group and asked, do we think he's been honest, and have we gotten out of him what we think we can get out of him?
We can't communicate back to you through message,
You can,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
we can?
you can, but it's like 1-to-1. You can't like communicate to the group, but you can like.
We can
There,
channel it to
there
him.
is not group chat.
Yeah, there's not group chat and message.
Dang.
It's not advanced enough.
Not like Facebook message.
I get the feeling. I think yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll message you. You have the truth-telling spell that you don't want to use unless we need to. Do you
Yeah.
think we've gotten everything out of him that we
We
can?
have.
Okay.
What is the cost of using the truth?
It's just a second level.
Second spell slot.
That's a big one.
It's
Yeah.
30. That's all.
You gotta save that one. How many second slots? How many second levels? You got 2. You got 3. Oh wow. Okay. So you got some more. Well,
Where do you see how many slots you have?
So you're gonna use
the
the
empty
truth-telling spell,
boxes.
or do you trust
No.
it? You guys can also insight check, which a good roll will give you a good sense of when someone's
Oh,
telling you the
insight,
truth.
Yeah,
I
let's
guess
all
so,
insight
yeah.
check.
But
Should-
usually it's the
Well, I have
people
plus
in
7.
the conversation who are talking.
Oh.
So like,
I wasn't talking.
you
so
can't
I
have
don't know.
everybody roll insight, or else it'll be like the most ultimate advantage. But
So
And
But
we
you-
got a 12.
yeah, so it'll probably be you two and the one talking.
Okay.
So you both can talk.
Yeah.
And
You got 12.
I roll a 8.
It's your brother.
A
He's
7.
on the up and up. He's
7.
on the up and up.
That's gonna be
Definitely telling you the truth.
It's the,
I get a great feeling about him, guys.
I would be
Definitely.
happy to meet your mothers.
Huh?
You know,
Wanna
I
meet
haven't
mother?
been home in a long time.
where is your
You know,
mother?
I'm a folk hero.
Right?
Oh, I knew you would do good things. They wouldn't let us hang out because of all this inner breeding stuff.
Bless you. Just bless you.
So, you both go to your mom's house, and okay. He invites. He's like, okay, if you want to come by for dinner later, we can. I'll make something extra nice.
Is this where she's been this whole time? She
Well-
left us for you? Oh, this is all very real. Oh, alright, let's do this.
So, yeah, up to you. So we'll have you over for dinner. So if you guys
Okay.
want to go.
Do you still want to break him in half? It's still on the table. We'll support you.
Yeah, we'll support. We got you back.
Forgive me. When I'm in a rage, just get me in a rage first.
Just give me a rage. All right, so up to you guys now. Where you guys go? The sun's getting a little bit lower in the sky. You can see that the people working the tent are starting to kind of dissipate. So you see all the elves and their entourage go straight into the Versailles castle, and you see kind of lights flick on above as people are starting to settle in for the evening and for dinner, and you see clattering plates. You see the humans leave out and the dwarves leave out through the front gate.
Who's the human?
Where are they going?
I want to follow the humans to
Are
where
you a
they're
human?
staying.
Yeah.
You're human?
No, I'm not.
No, we don't have any humans.
We have no humans in the
You
group.
have no.
And we definitely don't have a
That's
half
not the
human.
closest.
Oh, I'm asking
Yeah.
the amulets if they can
Yeah.
hide me as a human.
You're asking the amulet if they can
Yeah.
ask me. Paltry magic like disguises is something we, with the meager amount of fuel you've given us, may be able to manage for you, sir.
I mean, it says I can't.
Which
pass as a
human would you
human,
like us to imitate?
But I'm not very good at precision.
Not
So-
good at what? Persuasion?
Yeah.
Or-
I mean, if I'm going there, I'm going to. Let's kill all of you, man. Oh shit.
I'm stealthy, but I'm not good at persuasion.
Mm.
Well,
There's
I
Chase
want-
when you need him.
I guess I'll.
You guys lost your smooth talker.
I know.
I want to go to this bar and see if they'll give me a drink.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you wander down to the bar on 4th Street, because you're half elf, half human, right? Okay. So you're kind of, this is a city that you probably know most of the people, or like you're kind of okay with most of the people here. So you go into the bar, you don't, on initial look around, and do you all go with him?
Yeah, I go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody goes to the bar on 4th Street.
Yeah.
You go in, grab a table. It's seedy. Like, it's definitely a dive bar. It's not where you would expect delegates to post up. The bartender is like, got stains all over his apron. Bunch of drunks. Just people are just like hitting it way, way hard. But as you enter, as you went in, you saw Alana and her boss. I don't think you got his name yet. You saw Alana and her boss go in, but as you enter, you don't see them anywhere.
I asked the bartender to wipe off the table.
He just looks at you. Give me a persuasion check.
I do this with a very snooty high elf glare, which you should be familiar
Then you
with.
can do an intimidation check or persuasion if you prefer.
Persuasion's fine. 16.
He doesn't say anything, but he goes over and like spits on the table, and then with like a dirty rag just.
Can I steal his first?
Yeah, it's a dirty rag, and but like the table is like the wood grain is like split and torn, so like there's still crumbs and stuff wedged into the wood, and he just kind of wedged the crumbs deeper.
How do you feel about that?
Those would have like horses.
Pardon me?
Those would have
They
like
just nuts. Oh, you can, but the amulet says we can not consume that side.
Are there any groups
What's-
of people around that look like they're conspiring or suspicious or anything like that?
You see, because you're in the main room, so you can see in the back of the room there's stairs that go up to there's stairs that go up, and then there's like a hallway that goes further back past the bar. So there's kind of like the bar on this side, and then stairs go up, and then a hallway out, and then you're in this kind of living room. There's a few seedy people, but it is like a really divey bar. A lot of drunks. One table particularly has people who don't seem that drunk, but they're all crouched very low together and talking in low tones.
Where are they?
They are close to the bar, so they're like right at the corner of the bar. They're all just sitting at the edge of the bar and talking together.
Will we have to pass them if we try to go up the stairs or down the hallway?
You have to pass them if you try to go down the hallway.
I start going towards the stairs and trying to look like I know where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
We go
So
up
you
the
start
stairs.
marching towards the stairs, and the innkeeper says, "Oi! That's for paying stayers here. You want a room? Come talk to me first.
How much is a room?
10 gold for outsiders."
That's a good question.
How much gold do I have?
Gold. How expensive the place is?
It's for outsiders.
Yeah.
Equipment? Currency. I flip
Is
him
your-
10
what's-
gold.
Okay. What's your race again?
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn, yeah. So yeah, you get the Dragonborn pricing.
As opposed to the Elven pricing?
You look around and you mostly see humans in this bar.
Okay. I cannot pretend to be human.
Yeah, don't you have like ears?
Like scaly skin. I just
Hey,
I
guys.
have a really bad rash. It's eczema. I'm really
I know
self-conscious.
somebody who has a potion.
And sometimes when I sneeze, there's suckling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I throw 10 gold at him and I just start walking up the
This is
stairs.
of course So you go up, and
It doesn't even tell you the room, which room you have.
yeah, he
Doesn't
throws you a
matter.
key. Like it's just like an old, just worn key, and there's not even like a tag on it. You're just gonna have to try whichever doors.
I'm
So
pretty sure this is the master.
Oh, sorry.
Carry on.
so you get up. There's only 2 or 3 rooms, but they're pretty spacious. Have a few different you try through the doors. 2 of them don't work. The 3rd one does, and there's a couple of like bunked beds in there, and like a small sink, and that's pretty much it. But you hear. Give me a perception check, because has anybody else joined her up the stairway?
No, I'm drinking.
All right,
We
you guys
don't
are
even
just
know what she's doing.
You can be my roommate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll follow up because that
Drinking
table is
okay, so-
disgusting.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the room's not much better, but
What am I doing?
don't take a
Perception?
black light in there.
Don't take a what?
So don't take a black light in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I cast blacklight.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I uncast it. I uncast
You
it.
need to take it back.
Oh god.
Perception, you said?
Perception. That's right. Perception.
14?
All right. So you can just hear as you pass the other rooms, you hear Lara's voice coming from one of the rooms. But it's like it's raised and she's like shouting, like angrily. Test. But then you go into your room with the door shut. It's quiet.
It has been a minute since I have spied on Lara at an inn, you know?
Booty
Oh
call!
my god,
Hey,
this
girl.
is deja vu, you know? Oh,
Who did she kill again?
just some villager.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty, you know, it seemed that way.
It's par for the
The
course.
bloody tools were kind of a dead giveaway.
The blood was a dead giveaway.
What room are they in adjacent to this one?
They are. It's just 3. So you're the 3rd at the end of the hall, and they're the door on the left. So if you came
So
up
they're
the
across
stairs,
the hall.
door on the left, door on the right, door at the end, they're in the door on the left.
So is our wall, or do we
Okay.
share a wall with them?
You
Oh, we do?
you do, but the wall is thick enough that without any modification, you won't be able to hear.
Apartments aren't like that.
Where's
What's that?
Paddington?
This
This
apartment isn't
apartment
like that.
I would have.
Yeah,
Where is Paddington?
He's been falling quietly.
Going up the stairs.
He's like
Is he with
back-
us?
Platform.
Neither seen nor heard.
Is he
He's
with
down in the bar. He's
He's
down
in the bar?
Yeah,
He's
I'm
Paddington's having a pint.
Yeah.
Him
Okay,
alive.
hold on. I want to.
He's just happy. You don't know if he can feel it because he's made of stone. You don't know if they sense.
I don't really
sense
care.
Yeah, but he knows. He knows you mean well.
It's for me more than anything.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I'm asking the amulet, how
Yeah.
low of a life form can I take energy from?
Okay, so
Any moving life form, sir, but we prefer the finer type. If you understand me, sir.
Like elves and...
Yes, sir. That would be ever so nice. But we are quite hungry and will suffice for anything if you.
It's a seedy, gross inn, right?
That's right.
There are probably rats.
Yeah. I know that there are definitely rats.
I do believe I have a skill that lets me talk to animals.
Great.
So.
I think what accent a rat would have.
I steal their life
Definitely a
form.
New Yorker.
Should get Jersey. I was thinking, hey, what do you want?
I can't find it, but I
Yeah.
know that I have it somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think
because you talked to the sheep.
Efficiencies?
Yeah, she talked to the sheep. It'll be under your spell.
Oh, by the
spells,
way, you're
okay.
supposed to have an animal.
Oh yeah,
Companion.
that was a while ago and I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah.
And we could make
Creatures?
your animal companion
Managed
Paddington.
creatures? Is that it?
And all of a sudden an animal will pop up from nothingness. I think in Paddington we made
No,
super
but-
form.
It's okay.
Anyway, I
that's-
remember we talked
yeah.
about this last time.
Yeah.
and I was
you're
gonna
supposed to get
yeah.
it at level 3.
I was gonna pick a wolf.
Yeah.
You can have a wolf?
Yeah,
Because
I,
she's
as a ranger, I
she's
get like
supposed to have
a
a
pet.
companion animal. Like
Yeah,
a
but
pet.
the animals can be a wolf.
There's several that I could have chosen, but
Ah.
like, the wolf or the panther were the two best things.
Ah, nice.
And I wanted the wolf.
I have an alternative if the rat doesn't.
Anyway, okay, so I listen around.
Find a
to the
rat.
nearest rat. Find a rat.
A wolf.
What's your name, rat?
A
Sir.
wolf appears next to you.
Yes.
I'm number
Don't
641.
even-
What's your name?
Number 641.
That's right.
Nice to meet you, number 641. Can
What
I
do
call
you
you?
want, lady?
Can I call you 6?
Fine.
What do you know about those people next door?
Hey, look, lady, I just work here. They came in a couple of weeks. At least one of them was here a couple of weeks for a couple of weeks, and the few more folks just showed up tonight.
Can I interest you in a snack? A little bit of a treat.
What's in it for you?
Can you go
Like
over
the
there?
artificial intelligence.
What's that? Yeah. What's that?
Can you go over there and tell me what they're talking about right now?
That's
I don't know. You're the only person I've been able to understand for my whole life.
if you can bring them here, I can steal some life force from them.
I think it's a magical power I have.
And it's stupid. Bring it me.
Oh my gosh. The whiskey or you? I don't know.
Damn it, you're no use at all, 641.
Look at yourself. Get out of here.
He runs off.
Okay, I can try. I don't know. Try this. So I have blink.
You have what was that?
I have blink.
Is it like a short teleportation?
Can I cast non-cantrips right now and just use the spell slots?
You can, yeah, absolutely. You can
So
use spell
blink-
slots anytime.
It's a little unclear, but blink puts me into an ethereal plane, where I can still hear and see the plane you originated from, which is cast in shades of gray. Well, before we do this, can we just listen at the door?
You certainly can. Try.
I
Let's go.
I quietly creep.
Stealth.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Anybody who walks to that door needs to roll stealth.
Before I do a stealth roll,
Yeah.
I want to cast prestidigitation to make a loud, like popping sound outside their window.
Outside their window.
Yes.
So on the other
So
side.
like on the outdoor side.
Yeah.
So
As we
Wait, but
approach.
that's
Does
gonna
it give
stop
an
them from
advantage on
talking.
their stealth roll?
Resume.
Maybe.
So as you approach, so you guys get advantage on stealth roll because of your prestidigitation. So as you walk through the hallway, you hear hey, and you hear, and then people walk over to the window. You hear the rough sound of like the wood sliding up and sliding back closed, and then silence again in the room, and you can just hear kind of a low number of voices once again.
20 for me total.
I got
20.
19.
19.
So I'm just behind, but I don't try
I'm
to be.
downstairs.
You're
I think the rest of
downstairs.
them, all
Yeah,
of
don't
you
try
are
to
downstairs.
go near the door
I'm still
and
downstairs.
hear them.
So you're close, but not too close. So
Yeah.
you're like kind of looking. You're probably downstairs
Yeah,
looking up, and you can
just
see their feet.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
go talk to
I'm upstairs, but I
Straightforward
don't try to
eventually.
go like.
I was
Okay.
Listening at
try
the
to
doors.
crush human
Okay,
race.
so you're just
So
staying in
like
that
half
room,
elf.
maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
I just went out and helped out.
So there's a fight. I
And
can
then
just
what's
jump
your?
Fog making nature.
And you're down in the bar. Okay. All right. So you two then hear Alana saying, "We need to take action right." Or Lara, whatever. We need to take action right now. Tonight. I found out I have a lead on where they are. We need to go find them, and we need to put a stop to this.
Is this what we overhear? Or they
Mhm.
overhear?
We
And
keep
you hear-
listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hear another like kind of voice say, "If that's what you think, if you really believe it," and she says, "I promise you, I'm certain of it. One of their party has been acting very, very strange,
Hmm?
and I think if we can get it back, we can solve many of our problems here. We need to find them. I think last time I saw them, they were in the palace, talking to some elf lord that manages this town."
Talking about us?
Yeah.
Or?
The one that was acting strange was Twitch's Switch.
Because
She's
you have
him
the
now.
estimates.
No, 'cause it's, I
Oh,
think
now
it's
you.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, I don't think she
I'm
ever
not doing
noticed
strange
Twitch's
things.
Switch. Didn't she almost notice you talking to her?
Yeah.
Somebody saw you stuffing it inside your clothes or whatever.
Maybe we should have like given the amulet at some point.
And you hear a voice said that, it makes sense. Marius was the one that led them to you when that woman was trying to torture the amulet off you. It would make sense that Marius was working with them all along.
Marius.
So were you guys there?
That was when you
That
joined
was
us,
right
right?
when you joined.
Was he the guy that
Marcus,
suddenly died
Marcus.
on? Oh, he was the one who died on the
Griffin.
back of the griffin.
Yeah.
We're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye-bye. Yeah, Marcus. Hard.
Marcus, yeah.
Marcus.
Marius is a character from the music
That's true.
So he said that
Yeah.
Marius, Marcus.
Well, so Marcus led. Yeah, I know, it feels bad. Marcus led
not
you
important.
all when you were down in that in the wind dungeon. He led you all to find Alara. And he was also the person that she realized betrayed her to those people. But he, like, in your view, he had a change of heart. But to her, she doesn't sound like she might not believe that.
So it sounds like
So you're going to attack us tonight at
We
At
gotta be on
where?
Or
We
can
don't
just-
even know
They
where
don't
we're
know.
going to sleep, so
They don't know where you are right now.
hush you can.
Can we
Yeah.
just skip
They,
to-
she thinks we're in the palace.
Maybe we should just knock at the door and try to steal their life force away.
No.
we haven't fought anybody
I'm just
tonight,
saying,
so
yeah.
Evil with this amulet. I love it.
But we don't know. We don't know yet if they're
So-
really the evil ones.
yeah, it's
They
not
want to
clear
kill
from
us.
their
You don't know.
conversation.
They
No,
didn't
just
say
want
that.
to take the amulet.
Oh.
Yeah, they might be trying to protect it, or they might be evil and trying to
Maybe the
steal all
amulet.
of
It does
it.
seem like the amulet corrupts people.
Like, they just seem.
I don't agree at all on that.
No, I was just laughing because it actually does, but it's because you guys have corrupted yourselves. Every time you get it, you're like, let's kill someone.
You didn't even have to enact it.
Yeah, I didn't even have to
We
make
just-
that thing.
The amulet made me kill those drunks
It
over
turns
there.
out power corrupts even in D&D without having to have anything pushing
yeah.
Fascinating
too
revelation.
real, yeah. Where's the sociologist popping out like, oh, we got it, guys, the study's done.
We can submit this video to some sort of psychological society for
Oh,
posterity.
that kills me. Oh, man. That is too good. Alright. So,
Okay, what do? We're still listening at the door.
Well,
Are they still
yeah,
talking?
so you hear, like, movement, wrestling. They're trying to get their gear.
I
I'm hiding
immediately.
in like a corner of the door somewhere with my device ready.
Alright,
Wait, where
stealth.
are you? You're not.
I
in the hallway with us.
immediately use
Sorry?
control
Are you up here with
flames
us?
to take
Yeah,
down
I'm
all the
with
lights in the
you.
hallway.
But I'm not listening
Okay,
at the door.
so you knock
I'm
out
like
the lights in
behind.
the hallway. The
And-
hallway
and-
goes suddenly dark.
Whisper to her that hey, let's go back to our room.
Okay.
Test.
So
you're
as you
saying,
close the door, roll stealth. With advantage because the lights have changed.
Ooh.
You have
So the
advantage.
next one.
You have advantage because you turn the lights off.
So 3 plus.
You have advantage, so you get to roll twice and
Oh.
make it higher.
Nice. Oh, that's better already. That's better than 1.
Oh.
I have 13.
15.
13, 15. Okay, so you all
15.
successfully get into your room. You see them like
How missed the fight.
you see them march out of the room and you see the guy that's leading them is like, gosh damn this inn, and just stomps down the stairs and you all are in the living room though.
Can I
so
message?
what
Can I
do you
message
do?
them and warn them?
You
Yeah.
can try.
I message both of them and say, but like, look
Get the
the
fuck
way
out.
they're coming through.
How are we gonna get Paddington out that fast?
Is he upstairs? No, he's
He's
downstairs.
with them, yeah.
Ooh.
I just try and go up to a bar that's
How
facing
many
away
other
from them and I
gargoyles are
blend
in this inn?
So you
Are
try to
there
blend
any-
in, stealth
Are there
roll.
any dark corners?
Not downstairs. He only took the upstairs lights out.
I duck under a table.
Okay.
And
Give
a
me
big
an athletics.
barbarian under the
Give me an athletics and a stealth
Oh.
check.
If if they see you, it won't be suspicious at all.
Oh no! I
someone
dropped
just
my
jumped on the other side of the
gear.
And it's a
half
half orc.
It's not the smallest.
I mean, it's in character, so it counts. That's what a half orc would do.
Athletics is 12.
17.
Okay, so you sit by the bar. You
Ooh.
kind of put your hand up.
Not good.
Stealth is 9.
So a big half orc lady. Oh, stomp down the stairs, and as you go down, you see like the man saying, "Is that one of them?" And
Like
Alana
under the
nods her
table,
head.
the table
Yeah.
is like 2 feet off
Yeah,
the ground because you're too tall.
Like the beer's like spilling down the sides, you know. You knocked over.
Like, I dropped a contact lens.
And the guy says, "Take her." And Alana and
they can
another guy
try.
that's with her march up. They each
They
start
can
marching
try.
towards you. What are you gonna do?
I resist, obviously. I have
Alright.
no idea what's happening. I mean, besides, I've been told, but they don't know that I know anything, so I'd be like, pardon me, what are you doing? And of course I'm going to resist.
All right, so give me a strength check. And you're not gonna do
Saving
anything
throw?
violent. You're just gonna be resisting, right?
Yeah.
Do I
Sa-
hear
is that a
that from
saving throw?
upstairs?
Is it a saving throw?
Yeah, we can let it be a saving throw.
13.
So they both got 16, so they're able to wrap. They're both able to kind of get a hold of you, left you to your feet, out from under the table, and the guy says, "Bartender, do you mind if we speak with this one for a little while?" The bartender just,
Now can I, like, violently resist?
you can,
What does that entail?
whatever you want it to. You can tell me whatever you want. You can try to jump through the ceiling.
Can I do an athletics roll?
Yeah,
Try
try
to,
to
like,
break a
jimmy,
grip. You
yeah.
can.
Okay. Nice. 25.
You're just listening.
Can I
And you're in
do
trouble.
athletics? So one of them rolled a nat 20
Do double flip.
in trying to stop you. So you broke one of their grips. The other one was able to hold on, and actually it's Alara, and she's able to hold on and say, "Listen, I know you have it.
Lara.
Alara, I know you have it. Give it back to us."
I show her my bare neck and I'm like, what? I have what?
She says, "The both of the aliens disappear. Both."
Unhand me! I'm about to enter a rage.
About to about to Hulk out.
Skin turning green.
She says, "We'll let you go. Just give us the amulet. You understand? We'll let you do whatever you want."
What are you talking about?
You give me a deception check.
I like how it corrupts everyone.
Now you wish you
Oh,
didn't know
I'm
about the
listening.
amulet.
That's a
At least
5.
before you could have not known.
She says, "You know exactly what I'm talking about. You liar."
I don't have it.
Then who does?
Twitchly switch. Twitchly switch
The
has
cops
it.
should be
a liar
getting along.
deception check.
That's a separate one.
Zuga. What do you mean? separate?
Oh, I thought you were
Are you
saying-
actually? Would you actually? Did you get mixed up? Or are you actually
No, I
trying
was
to sell
lying.
him
No,
out?
I
Are you
was
trying to lie? Okay, another deception check.
Nat 1.
She says, "You are the most lying half-orc I've ever seen. Through what we've been through together, you're lying to my face."
So,
And she says, "All right, we'll have to work on this one." And she waves to her boss, and the other guy gets back up, and she starts dragging you towards the door.
Alright, while this is happening, we're still upstairs,
do we
right?
want to
Yeah.
fight
We go search
or-
them.
Yeah,
I
you
would
all
like-
see this happening,
I
and
would
you're all
like
aware.
to still resist.
We can
and
message
fight
them.
back.
Oh,
Yeah, you failed.
Yeah.
You made a number of resistance checks, so they're at least going to be able to power you outside, probably, unless you get assistance. After that, you can probably try something else.
Okay.
But you've failed a
So-
few checks already.
I
Wait,
guess
what's
the
my
fight
perception?
or-
I don't feel like assisting.
No, you failed your athletics check, and you failed.
No, I got my athletics check.
You got one, but the other guy got it. But Alana got a nat 20, so that she beat your check, as it always wins.
So we're
yeah.
still upstairs. We want to go search their room and see what we can find.
Okay, so you all go search.
We
the
don't even
room.
know she's being taken, right?
I mean,
You
we could
hear
guess
it.
that
It's
like
very
something
loud,
bad
so
is
you
happening, but
definitely-
we can message as soon as we find something.
Yeah.
That's a thing that we can do.
That's what friends do, yeah.
Well,
oh, let's.
There's an advantage to letting her get taken, which is she might find something out through that we wouldn't have found out otherwise.
As long as they don't kill her.
If they're
I'm
using
very
torture and
uncharismatic. I just want to warn you guys.
She is unkillable, right? She'll just go into a rage.
Well,
Rage and run away.
They haven't even flipped their theme switch. Did you see what she did to the table?
I don't know, at the table. You can see me if I can.
I'm a beautiful
night butterfly.
Alright, so you all are searching the room.
Yes.
You're getting taken outside.
I'll follow.
Yeah, if I search
try
the
and
room, it's going to.
follow them outside.
So you're going to stealthily join her outside. And you...
I'm going to search the room as soon as they leave, because heavy as I am, I'm going to be
So
hurt.
you're going to join them in searching the room.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you all three, once they could take, so they take her outside, you're able, give me a stealth check. I have a d20 here.
There's another one over here as well.
There's there's a red one here.
Want to add to
Is-
it?
Oh, yeah.
Nope. Well, 1. How's a 4 work for you?
You got a nat 1 though.
4. No. It's
Okay,
3.
you got a 4. Okay, you got a 3, okay. So you eject yourself from the bar, but you're like, give me a, I'm going to give you one more chance because you stealth successfully. Give me a deception check and see if you can still blend in with this bar crowd. And just roll. Plus 2.
9.
So
Yeah, we're not.
you're gonna hold on to that. So roll strength because that other guy is gonna walk over and try to seize you right now.
Another one of them.
Grab him! You hear Lana's voice crack across the inn.
18.
I swear you alternate every
Doing it on
Every other
purpose
time.
now.
Every other time. She'll
Alana.
I gotta kill this
Alana.
chick soon.
Alara.
It's gonna.
I like to think she has an ability that's like shapeshifter, but it's just with names. Like
Yeah,
it's
just
just
names.
names.
She's like the
No, she is
nameless
Alara.
one. Alara the nameless.
Alana the nameless.
Alana the nameless.
Where is she?
Alarna. So what'd you get?
18.
18? Alright, so you're able to break this person's grip. And they're kind of sizing you up. But, yeah, so it's kind of like it's a standoff now. Alara says,
Come with us. Do you understand? We need to talk to you. I hear you've been stealing our ambulance.
I have stolen nothing.
well, you probably would. Maybe give me a deception check on
I haven't stolen anything.
that. Okay, persuasion.
That's 6. 20.
Alright, she
Nice.
says,
Not nat.
Yeah.
Fine. But your friend knows something. Come with us, and let's talk.
I think she was the dumbest person to take the questioning, I have to say.
yeah.
That's their
I
loss.
mean, that's the
but-
only one they can find. Everybody else is stealing our shit.
Luckily, I have very low intelligence.
So do you go with them outside or not? It's your choice. Yes? Okay. So her and the guy go outside. You find that once he joins you, that kind of situation dissipates a little bit. They're not like dragging you anymore. They're just kind of like, hey, like, come with us, lady. So they get you all outside, and you all are upstairs in their room. A lot of the gear, you can tell, like some of the chests at the kind of the armoires at the bottom of the bed, open, pretty much cleaned out. Looks like they've packed up and geared up pretty heavily. And you, what up, Talion? How's it going? We're both saying hi. Sorry, A&B. But you are able to only find a few kind of like an old bound book that is and there's a few simple supplies in the other one. So just like kind of just some bread, food, water.
Is it
type
spice
thing.
bread or normal bread?
It's whatever bread you guys got at the at the Stone Monastery, the Blackstone Monastery.
Normal bread, right?
Yeah. I mean,
All
We
spice
haven't
bread.
eaten it
Yeah,
yet, so we
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Spice bread, yes.
all spice.
Okay. Obviously, I grabbed the book and I'm looking through it.
So you grab the book and it's in a language you don't recognize. But give me an Arcana check. What languages actually do you speak?
What would that be under?
It would be under care.
Oh, proficiencies in languages?
Yeah, proficiencies in languages. Yep.
That's a lot. Why do I? No, so many. Is that
A
normal?
lot
read
of
all his
classes
books.
and races.
Okay.
will
Celestial, common, draconic, dwarvish, elvish, infernal.
Okay, so you can pick out some words that are infernal in the book, but it seems to be something about the very vague sense you can get is this is some sort of book of summoning.
Nice.
So go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Let's see. 13.
Okay. So you're able to sense that this book itself is also a spell book. It is imbued with some sort of magical ability. But you can sense, actually not, what did you get, 13?
13.
You can sense that this is probably something that's like a very, you can feel like it has like a lot of energy. It's very dangerous, you can sense.
Can I ask her about
You're not
what
really
she's
sure
looking
why.
at?
Yeah.
What did you find?
It's infernal some shit.
Can I ask them? I asked them if they can.
Do you know what it
They know
says?
what the books are.
The amulet says, that's one of the copies of the Master's Great Law.
What's inside?
A means to have my brothers and I do our finest work.
Your finest. So you like them? You like the book?
Of course.
Can I keep it?
Do you know what to do with it?
No, but we may find the infernal or I guess
Can-
it's celestial somewhere.
Can I do a history check on the book?
Yeah.
In the meantime, I want to keep ransacking the room and looking for obvious signs of conspiracy.
She's not keeping the book.
14 for the history check.
14. And that was for history. So you sense that this book was written like the type of language and the style of Infernal is being used in some aspects of it. There is like a language you don't recognize, but the types of language used is from many years ago. And there was an old, I think it was dark elf population that lived here like forever ago, and they were part of some cult. And this seems to have some sort of influence. It's written around that era. You don't know if it was necessarily from them, but like when this place was run by these like this dark elf cult, that's what I read about when this book was made.
I share that information with the two of them.
Yeah.
Can I keep it? You won't
Shut up,
use it.
amulet guy.
Ah. I don't have any books yet, so you're always skipping those. I want some. And
I don't think I have any books either.
if she's skipping all those, they're not really bad.
I guess
It's up to you
I'm not a
guys.
spell person though.
Yeah.
So maybe we should
Okay,
go
I'll
to
put them in my backpack.
Some evil summoning though, for
I'll put-
sure.
how many
It's
books?
definitely
Yeah,
evil
it's
summoning
pretty-
those that
it's
do
pretty evil.
The book is just the one book that they
One
found.
book, okay. I have
Destroy
one
it.
book.
Yeah, that's the one book that you found. And then, in terms of signs of conspiracy, you see like what looks like a few very hastily written communiques, but they are all very tactical. They're like, they're in this, we think they're in the caves east of town. It's like, our scouts have, reported movement to the north, stuff like that. But the one that strikes your eye is about the dwarvish delegates, and it says, I think it was Athos and his troop are living in some dwarvish houses out at the edge of town with people that are out there, and it has an address.
In my inventory, can I just name Book of Doom or something like that?
Yeah, Book of Doom. So out front, Alana and her crew are saying, "Hey, listen. We know that one of you has the amulet. We have no idea what kind of power it has. We need to get this situation under control quickly. Just trust us. Give us the amulet. We will handle everything."
You manhandled me.
Listen, we can't. I'm not going to have this conversation in a bar with a bunch of and you don't know who's listening.
No explanation?
That
Nothing?
damn elf queen's been sending spies everywhere,
No
trying to listen in
explanation.
on everything.
No, oh, please come Please, I need to discuss something with
Well-
you. Just manhandling.
I don't think I need to explain
Manhandling.
myself to a thief who stole my amulet from me
Stole
and then
nothing.
stole it from. Okay, give persuasion.
Oh, 4.
She says, "I'm sure. But you know,
You can check my orifices, whatever is.
You like that, wouldn't you?
That's a great Twitch stream
Please.
gets subscribed.
yeah,
My question is, why are you trying to withdraw from the alliance?
withdraw from the alliance. Who told you this? Was it that elf queen that said that?
Oh, I thought it was her. Yes, it may have been the elf queen. Never mind. Never mind.
Where did you remember hearing that?
From somebody who talked to her.
Yeah, I mean, can I say?
Yeah.
The dwarf.
Yeah.
The dwarf king had mentioned that they seem like they're willing to, like when you were talking
No,
to
the
them.
dwarves were trying to cast suspicion on the humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Humans and elves.
I'm
that
not.
were with-
Yeah. No. Sorry, I misspoke. The dwarves hated the elves.
Oh,
and they were like,
no, it was Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton was the one that hates the humans.
He was like, yeah, they seem like they're ready to withdraw whenever.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody say that the queen wanted
So
to
the big
withdraw the
mages
alliance?
don't
No.
serve confused on
Oh.
He
spells.
said she just didn't like half-breeds.
Yeah.
Okay, I got confused. Never mind.
But I'm still see if they...
Louis Vuitton thinks that the humans want to withdraw.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just trying to distract her.
Yeah,
at this
Louis
point.
Vuitton said the humans
Want to withdraw the alliance. Why is that?
She looks at her boss, and the boss just shakes his head. And he says, "We need to move quicker than I thought." She
Why
doesn't
are you
have
being
it.
so secretive? I don't appreciate that. I don't want to share anything with you when you're being so close off.
We're not so sure we can trust that.
Alora, I've saved your rear end a number of times.
Oh,
Under suspicious circumstances.
You have completely had horrible moments in battle where you've rolled terribly. And I have had to come in and save the day.
Low blow.
Come on, dice. Come on. 11?
With advantage.
Yay.
Because it's true, she's rolled pretty bad.
15.
Alright, so she says, "Listen, we're not sure what's going on, but the parties are starting to withdraw from the alliance, and one of them is amassing power. And those amulets are part of it, enough to destroy the other two races and to take complete control of the Desmond Valley. We
What will
just
the
don't know
amulets
yet."
do? Why do you need these amulets?
She says, "I'm not even fully sure. They are supposed to bring about an awakening of the land, whatever that means. That's all that we've read in the
Sounds
legends."
like they just want more fertile crops.
Yes, but those legends were written by dark elves who thought the awakening of the land involved lava and blood sacrifice. So, food for thought. And the elements rebelling against
But you
themselves.
don't know.
This is as much intelligence as we've been able to gather, and that's why we were bringing the delegates together in the first place and
Why are
trying
you
to
so
take.
nervous?
Okay, I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth on her. So she,
Ooh.
while this is happening, she
Mm.
knows
Big
that I do
ones.
it. She needs to make a charisma saving throw. On charisma saving throw 15.
Oof, lost that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's aware of it, and she can avoid answering questions, but she can't willingly lie.
Yeah, so she was. Like I said, we don't know everything. We think we've been betrayed, and someone is seizing a very powerful magical object that will take over this valley. And they, unlike you or even I, know how to use it.
Why should I give you the amulets?
We at least can try to contain it. That was the whole reason delegates were formed. And then the guy behind her just, whispers something into her ear, and she says, "I know, but we have to keep believing in the alliance."
Wait, so why?
Huh?
So why should I give you the amulets?
because they're going to try to contain it using the same alliance that they used before.
So when
Using
you
the
It
cast,
didn't work because
No, using the group of delegates. So she's like,
Oh,
like,
trying to contain
like the
the
people that have been
ambulance.
gathered here are kind of gathered to contain and protect the ambulance. And that's what the delegates were initially doing, was transporting these things to a safe place and to a place where they could be contained.
so you cast your truth
Yeah,
spell
it's
on
like
her.
she's
over
telling the
there,
truth.
But her boss can still say whatever he wants.
Yeah, but she said it.
But she's right. But yeah, okay. But he could feed her some, faulty information.
Yeah, but
as
he
long
won't-
as, long
he
as she
won't-
thinks she's telling the
Yeah,
truth,
that's true.
it'll still work.
Yeah, but
But
you don't know that she's not. She's in the influence of the. The boss don't know the status of it.
The boss doesn't know that she's influenced by it. She does.
So
okay.
And she's being brazen, and she's like, yeah, fine. You check me all you want.
I think she's
kind of
not
trust
evil.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's telling the truth.
You busted her the big guns, and
She has
she's
to
like,
I hate to say it, but it might be the queen.
The guy behind her says, "Listen."
maybe.
Yeah, that's my fault.
it could be none of them. It could be some
This is
evil thing that's trying
So
to
the
make
only-
everyone
Should we
so
tell them
sense.
what we
So the only person that we know that's done something evil, is Marcus, right? He was the one who betrayed her, right?
Yeah.
And Marcus
That's right.
was.
This was
elf?
before
He's the
my
only
time.
human, yeah.
This
He's the
is
only
before my
human we know
time.
that's done it.
But Marcus, objectively ratted out on the delegates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's Marcus that took those people drinking in the street and stole their life.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that was him too. He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's the only one we objectively know did something evil.
Wait,
Let's
try.
he's human, and we're
Let's-
talking to humans right now, and we're pretty sure the humans
The
are not
others, so we should all go with them, not give her the amulet yet, but just go with her.
It's you guys.
What we'll do is
It's a party to
we
set
can
them.
go with you as a party.
We'll go with you,
Conditions.
and we'll make sure you get the amulet after we have a better understanding.
And then he.
We promise not
Okay.
to use the amulets.
I'm not there.
I promise not to let the person holding the amulets use them.
Okay. So the guy behind. So Alana looks to the person behind him. He nods and he says, "Listen. If you want to help, we'll help. We've got a lead. The dwarves have been doing something north town in some of the poorer housing out here. It's a little bit more run down. So they've been staying with some of their kind, but I'm wanting to investigate and learn a little bit more about their murder activities."
This whole
We
time
will go
Well,
with you.
we'll go.
Okay.
If you promise not to manhandle us, then we'll.
Fair enough. Okay, so you all rally up together.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So she's
Can I
going
have
back
a, can I have a
catch
talking
up
to
and-
But-
them?
Wait. If we rally up with them, they're gonna know that we stole their book.
Not necessarily.
Well, they may not go back, if it's in your bag, they may not go back to their room until the next day.
Okay.
Can we have a talking to with him then?
Yeah.
Just to
You can. They'll walk ahead as they're heading towards the
and
projects.
just casually be like, hey,
Yeah.
trust me. Trust me on this. We'll use a truth potion. Amulet is dangerous. We need to just, for a little while, not use it until we know more, okay? I got my eye on you. You've seen my great eyes.
Yeah, no, of course.
I'm not afraid
It's
to
a
use
nice
it.
thing.
No, I'm your friend. Of course I want you to
Okay,
do it.
alright.
You can trust me.
I don't trust you. Should use a truth person on him. So you get to these rundown houses, and as you get there, there's a very clear line between kind of the human, the elvish housing, and these half underground huts that kind of extend out a little ways. And as you approach, everybody give me an Arcana check.
20.
15.
You got a nat 20?
No, 19 plus 1.
15.
21.
12.
So you two sense that there is a summoning going on. Not a summoning, but a spell, a big ritual spell going on. And it is a dangerous spell. It is something that's meant to kill.
You
And
said
as
we're
you
getting
step
close
in,
to what?
A spell.
as you're getting like to the housing projects where the dwarves are.
I feel up, and then I tell them.
Well,
This magic stresses me out. I don't understand that.
so yeah, you tell them. So yeah, there's some sort of spell going on up ahead, and you tell it to anybody else except your party. You tell it to Alana and the other guy.
Tell it to them.
Yeah.
Tell them.
At this point, we've truth serum her, and she seems okay.
Dwarves are evil.
So you hear the guy curse and say they're trying to remove us, and he starts sprinting towards that address a few feet, maybe like a block or two down where the dwarves is supposed to be.
Should we follow?
Mm-hmm.
Let's follow.
I want to flank whatever this is.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to charge in.
So the blocks are very, very square. Like they're pretty much square blocks. It's just kind of crappy housing. They're smaller blocks, so there's maybe about like 3 or 4. They're sort of these like underground houses that are covered with canvas, half of it covered with kind of brick and stone. Very, very run down. And the streets are all dirt streets. All that nice marble got left out. You kind of just like almost up the city itself into these kind of outskirts, these kind of slums right outside of town. So he's running up towards the house, and you guys could sense the spell is maybe a block down at the very end. And he sprints towards it, and you can circle the block behind and go towards the back. So you break off, circle to the back. Do you all follow the other guy?
I mean, a distance back.
Alright. And so everybody give me another arcana check.
Was it you that had Unseen Servant, or was it Twitch?
Me.
Can your servant see
Elven.
things?
5.
11?
Not really, because
22.
he can't communicate with me.
Alright, so you sense that this...
Am I doing an arcana?
Yeah, anybody who is in the area.
18.
Not 20.
Okay, so you 3 sense that this spell that has been brewing is coming to its completion. Sort of like an arrow being pulled back. It fires, and you feel it fire, you feel kind of the buzz in the air, you smell ozone, and the delegate that's been sprinting, his head rocks back and blood just gushes out of his neck, and Alana like looks at him and same thing.
Oh.
Wait,
They
she dies
boom.
too?
Yeah, they both just boom collapse in front of this hut, and they're still running, or they still were running, and they just skid into the mud, and that's where we're waiting tonight.
Man, super dibs on looting Alara though.
Can I loot this
You have
corpse?
staff.
Yeah,
She probably has a good amount of
Yeah.
Damn.
Lara. Well, take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Watching D&D.
Man, we're in some trouble if they're dead.